Hello, YouTube. This is Kurosama, and here I just want to talk to you about how I got into Gundam, the animated series, and Gundam as in Gunpla. Pretty much starting with the animation series. I first saw Gundam Wing on Toonami at a pretty young age. Probably roughly around like 12, about 12 or 13. Um, Now before then, what I was watching Pokemon, I was watching Digimon, also I was a big Transformers junkie. That's all I ever did was just like watch Transformers. I watched a little bit of the like Nickelodeon and stuff like that, but it was 100% Transformers and like Pokemon. That was like my craze. And then I finally saw on Toonami Gundam Wing, and it just instantly caught my eye. I mean, giant robots. It felt like Transformers a little bit, but it was just a better animation style. To me, a much better plot overall. At a young age, I was like just so intrigued at how these characters connected and just how they communicated with each other, stuff like that. Especially, I love Duo. Duo Maxwell was probably one of my favorite characters, just because he was. I don't know. I thought he was pretty funny. So, um, but yeah, that was the first series that I saw. Soon after that, like almost immediately, the eighth MS team came out, and it was on Toonami on Adult Swim. Um, I think that's was it was called at night. No, I don't think it was. I think it was just Toonami at night. I do remember Adult Swim being I think a little bit different, or it could have been the same thing. But I do remember eighth MS team, and that I thought that was freaking amazing. I watch it now. I'm kind of like, meh. I'm not really too into it, but because it was to me, I didn't watch a lot of the like the Zeta and the very vintage Gundam series that was out before then. Because of the fact that a lot of that had to be imported. This is really before I got internet and all that stuff because this is like in their mid 90s, around like 97 or so. So I didn't have internet and stuff like that until like about mid 2000, like about I think 2006. That's when I first got internet, and I know that to some of y'all, it's like wow, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I never even seen like 0083, 0080, Zeta, Double Zeta, Victory stuff like that. I didn't even know about those Gundams at all. Um, Also, pretty much at the 8th MS team, I saw X and X. Well, I saw X and G probably around the same time, in which I think X and G was simply amazing at that age. I look at it now, I think G is pretty cool, but I think it's a little bit too cartoony in my opinion. And what I mean by that is like it's just so ridiculous how the guy defeated a mobile suit. I forgot his name. It's like I know he's Master Asia. I thought he had like maybe a different name, but Master Asia uses his little scarf and destroys the whole mobile suit. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I mean, the whole concept of the Gundams was a little ridiculous, but I mean, just that blew me away when I saw it. Probably last year, I rewatched it. Yeah, and I rewatched X, and I still love X. I think the plot was missing some like some really good like important fundamentals to the Gundam series. It just really felt like I couldn't communicate with that character. But I mean, at a young age, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And pretty much from that point, we didn't have GameStop. I don't remember we any kind of GameStop. I know we had an electronics boutique over in our mall, and we also had a hobby store pretty close to our house. But I never went to the hobby store close to our house because to me, I think it was really expensive. Because I mean, I got like a $20 allowance every like week or 2 weeks. I think it was like every 2 weeks. So I mean, $20 really ain't gonna get you much, but I think I saved two of them, for a month. And I went to Electronics Boutique and I bought one of the little high grade Gundam X little models. I think that definitely was the first Gunpla I've ever gotten. So I instantly bought that, and I built it. And I think I messed it up with the stickers or something like that. I do remember. I think I messed it up. Uh, I think I was popping them out. I think I broke it because you usually use the clamps. But I mean, I was a little kid. I think I was like about 13 or 12. So that was like my first experience with models, and it was okay. I started building some model cars. I think I built like maybe two or three. I painted them, and it just came out shitty in my opinion. So I never really got into models right after that. I think I built maybe a high grade of the Wing Gundam. My friend Mark, he had the 1/100 Epion, and I do remember this. I remember this clear as day because when he showed me that he built that, I was the most envious person on the fucking planet. I saw that. I'm like, that is the Epion right here. Like I never seen an action figure or anything else of it, and Epion was my all-time favorite from the Wing series. And seeing that, I was just like, oh my god, like I want this. I will buy it from you. I will trade you my freaking Super Nintendo, whatever you want. I want that freaking model. But I never got it from. I mean, now I got the freaking master grade, so I got everything I want now. But during the Wing series and all that, I bought a lot of the action figures that was coming out, like the Battle Scar and all that stuff. I had a whole bunch. Like I had a huge like box just full of Gundams. And I actually had some from like the 0083 series. I do remember I saw some of those. I didn't know where they were from, but I didn't have internet to research it, So I was like, oh, I'll just buy it anyways. And I don't think I really looked at the title, like the name said on the box and stuff. I just remember a couple that came out. I bought like one or two from the 8th MS team because some of them are actually pretty cool, and I probably should get the master grades of them, eventually because those are, just my childhood memories right there. Um, Also, I think I want to say in my senior year of high school, I started watching Seed, and I think that was it. When I watched Seed, I was like, I'm done with Gundams. This was the most boring and I was a big like anime junkie. I watched Seed and I'm like, I'm done with Gundam. I don't see a future for it at all. I think that was like in the early 2000s. I saw that, or like I think about 2005 or so, and I was just like, done with it. I actually still have the first DVD of Gundam Seed. It was actually from China, and I found that at GameStop. And I'm like, I'll buy it. There was like maybe a couple of dollars wasted in my opinion. Um, but pretty much after that, a lot of my toys got destroyed, or they broke, so and just threw them away and stuff like that. I come here to Japan, and I go to Korea. I come back, and then my boy Kiones, he built a Zaku and I think another Gunpla model. And I'm looking at it, I'm just like, I used to do this when I was a kid, Like, I do remember it looked pretty cool. It's pretty big. It was a master grade he built. The fact is, it was a Zaku. I don't like Zakus. So I go in the Yamada Denki over here. I look at all the models, and I'm like, damn, some of these are kind of expensive. And he kind of does. He did what I do now. Like, oh, you don't have to buy a whole bunch. Just buy one, see how you like it. He was easing me into it. So I bought. I think it was the Archie. It was one of the thrones from Double O series. I bought. It was like the fully customized one that I forgot the enemy uses. So I bought that one, and I think I bought the next one was Exia Repair 2. Bought that one. So yeah, I bought those two. It's like simultaneously. I'm like, I'm probably spend $20 max every 2 weeks. Like I'll just spend $20, and it's almost impossible to do that. So pretty much what I was saying, I'll just do two high grades every 2 weeks. All right, so I built these two in like I think 2 days because I like to take my time watching some anime and stuff like that. And actually, the anime I was watching Double O because I was like, I gotta get back into Gundam. So let me go ahead and look at what I've been missing. So I watched the Double O series. After watching the Double O series, I'm like, Gundam is freaking amazing now. Like I love the plot. I loved everything about Double O. To me, that was just a flawless anime. Like to me, it's actually on par with Wing because I love Wing, but I was like, I watched Double O, and I'm like, wow, like this is what Gundam should have been like when I was a kid. 'Cause I would have never got out of it. So and pretty much shortly after I started building again last year, that's when they started announcing age. I'm like, age, like this looks pretty cool. At first, I'm like, okay, like, the age one normal looks freaking garbage. It has a spoiler on its back, but then it kind of warmed up to me, and now if you saw my collection video, you will see I have every single age high grade, and now I have every single age master grade. Just age is now my new thing. It's kind of like how it felt really nostalgic. Like even though it's a new series, it kind of brought me back to the Wing, like how I felt with Wing. So there's a sense of nostalgia with age in a way. So, I got back into Gundam really quick. Like I bought Seven Swords high grade next, so I just kept buying high grades, and I bought the Master Grade Wing version Kotoki. I'm just like, this is freaking amazing. And then I just started running out of room. So they moved me over here to these barracks, not because I had a lot of guns, because I changed commands. So now I got a bigger room, and I'm like, this is fate right here. Now I have a bigger room. I can just build as much as I want. So I got this huge desk filled. I got a little table thing over there, as you can see in the corner. Whole bunch of those guys. Um, but yeah, I'm still building. I'm gonna start building my crossbone Gundams, the Master Grades, pretty soon. And after that, I mean, whatever else comes out, they got the Master Grade Buster, the Master Grade Aegis. God, there's a couple of other things. Master Grade H2, which I'm really excited for. So I'm just waiting for all the new things that are coming out, all the new H3 stuff. So I can see myself not stopping for a long time. So hopefully I'm here to give y'all more reviews and all that. But I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of history myself of how I got into Gundams, how I got into Gundam models. So that's really about it. Just stay tuned for more videos. I'm just kind of doing. I'm a little slow right now. I just built the riser. I feel like I need to take a little break because I was about to start building some other stuff. I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, maybe watch something on TV. So just stay tuned for all my little walkthroughs and reviews. All right, so that's about it. Y'all take care and ciao.